Right, now we're out on the streets at the moment, but I'm going to put together a quick video to try and explain the molecular structure of molecular builds to the other video. We're dealing with pluses and minuses that are built into molecular structures of molecules, and the idea is to build a structural new material that will hold all the relevant energy structures of no depletion of any energy. And when you build a collection of these molecules together in a structure of a crystal, that they will function once the technology has all been put together. So you'll have a portion of the clear plate as a power unit, then you'll have a portion of clear plate which will be structural motherboard communication network, and then you'll have another plate which will be above everything else and part and parcel of the visible screen. Now the idea is to be able to build up enough molecules with energy, plus and minuses, together to be able to create a structural functional technology that won't require any physical energy or power for it to basically function. It means it uses no depletion of energy, but only works and functions under the amount of collection of molecules put together that will hold a certain charge and a certain input and a certain output. Some of it we're going to be using and understanding dark energy, some of it we're going to be using dark matter, and some of it we will be using physical matter of physical molecules. And it all now determines on the volume and the density of certain areas of the plate. Once it's all complete and been put together, there will be enough structural energy in the plate for it all to function without any charge or without any battery. It means that the actual structural molecular build is a power source in itself, and the screens will function as physical screens. And because of the copper technology that we have that requires very little energy for it to function in the form of its own motherboard structure, it also means that if we can put together the relevant structures in photo technology to be able to manipulate a structural motherboard in a layered crystal that will have all the structural connections to power units which will be stored underneath, and the structural layered screen which will be on top. It also means that this device will never ever power down. It will never power down, and it will always be in operation and function as long as it's together as a single unit. So that's more of a detailed explanation of the light technology plates that I'm talking about, and so that's really the whole explanation of how the technology is put together. There is other technology which I'm designing and working on, which does require power and does require constant power, also with battery storage and various other facilities as well for backup structures. Sometimes you may want to switch the device off, and you may want a circuit breaker for it to basically switch off. There are things which you can use in molecular builds where you can build a natural circuit breaker in. Now it means that you will have a touch pad area of the screen which will, if you touch it in certain areas, it's maybe a pain, because if you touch it by accident it will just discontinue, it will just switch the device off. But the idea is to basically just have the possibility, the option of being able to discontinue the screen at least, and maybe keep everything else powered up underneath. But that's the idea of the new light plate technology. So I'll just finish there and we'll post it.